No Hennessy? It's candy, I'm black. Family, the big day's here. We about to go do these fat measurements. It's going to be day one, the very first vlog of the fat loss body transformation portion of the channel. So about to get some gas so I don't have to push the car there as my first workout, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, so now we made it. Contrary to popular belief, I do get haircuts. Check that out real quick. And we're a little bit early, so I appreciate everybody to this point and everybody going forward that's going to help me. With that being said, let's go ahead and get in here and see how fat I am. I'm so new to this. I'm getting tired of having to delete and redo videos because I'm not turning this camera sideways. We on our way inside now.
We need to know as your total weight, how much is lean and how much is fat. Because your macros, as far as what you're eating and how you're eating and the times that you're eating, depends on your lifestyle and your body structures. Form of punishment is measurements.
I'm here for all of it. I've done it all before. Can you get this road?
Please. Okay. All right. Here we go. Neck up. Feet flat.
That's messed up.
Nope, arms down. We're going to get shoulders. Yep. And then arms up. Down. Chest. Okay. So there's a 7-inch difference. I'm bringing that up because that has everything to do with your symmetry. So when you grow, you want to base your workouts based on where you really want to even things out. Okay? Belly button, straight across. I know it's not where we wear britches.
No, I understand.
It's cool. Okay, got that.
And the funny thing is, I know all these measurements and everything, but I was trying to tell everyone, I guess in this, that it's a collaborative thing, and I could easily try to do all this by myself, but when you incorporate other people into it, it holds you more accountable.
Yes.
And you're more likely, a lot of people will let themselves down, but it's hard to come in and say, man, Miss Candy's waiting for me, and she knows that I did this or I did do this. It's hard to go in and face somebody else with bad news than to face yourself.
Then it is to deal with yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, lean over here, thank you. Now, accurate measurements come 6 inches above and 6 inches below. Nice legs.
Well, thank you. I work out.
Okay, other side. And you should probably already know this. Anytime you do something like this for somebody, check both sides. If they have back issues, they're going to be off. And you are off a 1/2 inch.
See, I did know that.
So you're 24 over here, you're 23 and a half over here.
And this is the one that hurts.
You don't say. So you're using this one to compensate, which is why you have an extra half inch right there. Okay? So that's something you might want to keep in mind when you're doing independent leg work.
Okay. So would I keep my weight, in your opinion, keep the weight down to where this one is struggling and this one is comfortable?
Be mindful of it, yes. And when you do your independence need to be even, but if you've got 25 pounds over here, you do have a independent works, right? Meaning, like you got leg extensions with the bars that go across, and you have leg extensions that have independent pads.
I don't have any independence where I am.
Okay, then you have to make them, which means that when you've got something that's got a bar, you're going to do right leg by itself, so you're going to do like half your weight, right leg only, and then left leg only.
Right.
Okay, and I can show you how to do that. Calf weave, figure root. You do the calf. Just to make sure we're in the right leg. In other words, you need to work that one leg more than the other.
Right.
and even backed up. Because if not, when you go to do squats, guess which leg's going to go?
I'm definitely leaning against that one.
And when you do a press, guess which leg is going to go?
Obviously, that. Or
And
I'll
if you have
compensate
an
and feel the
injury,
pain in
what
my
happens?
back. Right.
You're out.
Right.
First-hand knowledge of that one.
Yeah. Can you just talk about the mental part of behind? Because a big thing with me is being injured too. I sat down for 8 weeks with my knee, and I was like, I'm just gonna actually rehab it.
Okay.
But we know how, like, your life changes. You just feel different. I don't want to feed you too much, but just how did you feel when you were going through your injury?
The first thing that probably set through was the fact that I felt that something had been taken from me.
Right.
And then the depression comes in. And then when the depression hits, then you're like, okay, why am I even bothering?
Right.
The food messes up because you want to feed some of that depression, and you're like, why do I need to worry about eating a rice cake when I can eat ice cream? And it doesn't make a difference right now because I can't do anything about it. So you also feel like you've lost control. Everywhere. That's the hardest part for me. Now, symmetry-wise, you want your calves about the size of your biceps. You're a little off on that. Your biceps need to grow a little bit. Calves are nice and strong. You definitely have some good legs.
So I have good calves.
Good legs. Now, chest to a hip should be the same.
Okay.
Your ratio there is a lot closer. See the symmetry there?
Yes.
You're only off a little bit there.
Okay.
So do your shoulders with your back and
Okay.
separate your bis and tris to its independent game.
Okay.
Okay? Small muscle groups together.
Okay.
And if you eliminate your bis and tris and then go into your major muscles, which is your chest and your back, then you're going to get more flexion from your major muscles because you've already exhausted your minors.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Timing of work. 5'11".
I'm 6'2" for any ladies watching the video, but I'm 5'11" for this measurement.
218 is our weight and our age,
29.
29. And today we are male.
Please.
Today.
Okay, let's go on both sides. In the 20s for your percentage is considered within the range of healthy, not obese. And we are looking at 48.5 pounds of body fat. That is the other reason why we like these readers. Is because it not only tells you your percentage based on your total weight, it also tells you right down to a half pound what your body fat is.
Okay.
So now we can set your macros.
Okay.
Meaning that if you weigh 218 pounds and we're taking away 48.5 pounds from that, what's your lean body mass?
Math. 220 minus 50 would be what? 270? I mean 170, right?
173.
Plus 50. Yeah. Okay.
Okay? So we're going to
Okay.
take your carbs down to 150.
Okay.
And we're going to jack your proteins up where we just pulled the 30 off, add that to your proteins.
Okay.
You need 1 gram, have a seat for me. You need 1 gram of protein per lean body mass. Because
Okay.
the only thing that we consume that feeds the muscle is the protein.
Okay.
Okay, your carbs are your in dressing is protein and
Yeah,
carbs.
that's how I would prefer it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Those are the two main things. Your carbs are your energy and your storage,
Mhm.
and your proteins feed your muscle and protect it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
If you take care of those things and then you eat healthy in between, then your fats will take care of themselves.
Okay. What about an overall caloric goal for the day?
Not worried about it.
Okay.
Because if you hit these numbers right, you're going to get 4 grams here per and 4 grams here per. Okay?
Okay.
You get 9 for your fats.
Okay.
Okay?
This is gonna be easy. I thought it was gonna be like, don't eat anything.
Mm-mm.
How do you feel about alcohol?
How do I feel about alcohol? Red wine
Okay.
is acceptable, no more than a glass per day. If you're going to have a clean week and not drink during the week and you just need an evening for socialization and there's going to be more than one drink, then you can have up to 3 glasses of red wine that one day.
Okay.
Okay? That's if you haven't done it any other time of the week.
Okay.
And as far as liquors go, the only thing I really would say is, I don't know if you're aware that the tequila is plant-based, so that's going to be your cleanest. You can do that with any kind of, either by itself, or you can do it with a spritzer of some kind.
Okay.
Okay? And like that. Stay away from any of your dark rums, they're pure sugar.
No Hennessy? It's candy, I'm black.
If you want it, you earn it.
Okay.
Okay? If you don't earn it, you don't get it.
Okay.
Which means that you can't have any cheats. You can't. It takes 3 days to get into ketosis.
Okay.
One little thing throws you out.
Right.
One thing, whether it's a glass of wine,
Right.
or
Now, with going into ketosis this way, realistic expectations, because I know, but they might not. The headaches are going to come.
yes,
The fatigue is going to come at
Yes.
first, but then eventually you start to have more energy and more cognitive. What's the word for it?
responses.
Thank you.
The only thing that you're not going to be feeling based on this game plan that we're putting together, which some people will, is we're not carb cycling.
Mm-hmm.
And if you carb cycle, then you are at risk of dehydration.
Oh, okay.
What I'm giving you here is a basic meal plan.
Okay.
And this is just for somebody who really doesn't know what they're getting into.
Right.
You're going to be on the higher ounce side of things, but this is part of timing.
Okay.
Okay? So this, with this, becomes your choices.
Okay.
Then this is your AM choices.
Okay.
Lunch choices, PM choices, and dinner choices. And then this is a given. Period. You need a minimum of 1 cup of some type of greens, vegetables, Brussels sprouts, anything that's on this list.
Oh my God! This is gonna be so much food for me. It sounds weird that you're starting a diet plan and I'm worried about not being able to eat enough. And I even want to do a segment in what I'm doing to show you there are some fast food places that you can stop at that have some of the cleaner things
Yes.
too, that you can kind of get as well, where you don't, or like you said, if you get caught out and you have to get it, you can go out and get it.
And not blow what you're trying to do.
Right. And a big thing I want everyone to see here is this is not eat this 1 time a day, eat this 2 times a day. There's choices, and this is gonna be interesting because I don't think I've eaten this much in a while.
Now, I'm well aware of the fact that you don't eat meat.
Mhm.
So you'll have to make the seafood choices that are available to
Right.
you and adjust accordingly.
Right. A big thing with me is I hate the wake up in the morning, eat this specifically. I hate those. It doesn't make sense because you do it for the 2 weeks to 3 weeks, and then when it's time to stop, what do you do now?
Exactly.
Because you haven't taught anybody anything. All you've done is force fed them something that you're gonna eat specifically.
Yep. And as long as they stay on that plan, they're successful. And if they change from that plan, how do they learn to make choices when they go out?
They haven't.